Let's see the quick demo of agent from Google ADK. So here my application is running with this local host, and I just built couple of agent over here. So this is my agent which is fetching the record from the Google search, and here I can simply ask okay give okay, and it will just fetch the from that Google and get that response. So this agent actually responsible to Google search and get the data, so which is just built in our local. Now see, we are just getting that response quickly over here. So whatever that news that market and all up to that published date also, that whatever the news actually when that this news and all, right? So everything is over there. So now not only this actually just create agent, even after creating this UI, this agentic kit, there's a flexibility. You can just create your own agent over here, like for example I just want to editor, so just give me a editor, click on that, and already is there. So something like that. Okay, publisher, right? So I just as a publisher create that, and once you create, now you have to select that uh, models over here, and then once you select the model, now you can give your instruction what kind of isn't the responsible over here, and whatever things actually you just edit. And also there is option to many options over there. So once you save it, now see the publisher agent is over there, and now you can just start working with this agent. So there is a many flexibility. So let's moving to start to implementation, how we can set up and how we can just create in this agent in our local. So first of all, what you need to do before that, so especially recommend if you first time visit my channel, so go to my channel. So yeah, this is that .NET real world example, and here actually I just create a many agent in .NET and all. So but this is the first time actually I just create from agent from the Google SDK, right? So yeah, you can just learn many things even here, Google front end, back end, and as a full stack developer, agent integration, and game development and all. So you can just learn and refer this. So now let's start to implementation. So what I need to do, so first let me open any terminal over here. So I'm using that window, but actually this one work for everywhere. Okay, so what I'll do, simply I can just moving to folder, and I can just first of all I just create one directory over here. So let me go to first my root directory, and now here I just want to create a new directory where I just create my agent from that Google SDK. Yeah, so for that actually I can just use AMD and create whatever name you can just refer, use that, and then I just moving to this create Google agent. Okay, so here let me just clear that. So first actually we required Python package, a Python library which can helps to create this SDK, install that SDK and all, like that pip or UV. So I'm especially recommend use that UV. So here that one is the document for UV, you can just install if you have that Mac or Windows. So it is just normal instruction to install that UV. Okay, so once you install that UV, so now what you need to do, so yeah, once you install your UV, so we have to initialize our project. Okay, so we can simply use initialize. Okay, so now your project got initialized over here in this folder, right? Then we have to use necessary libraries ADK and GenAI. So for that actually we required add Google ADK. Okay, this is the first library which we need to install. Okay, so once done, let me clear that. Now we required another package which will install for ADK. Okay, so yeah, UV add Google and then Gen AI. Okay, we required a Gen AI libraries. So yeah, once done, now also it's done. Okay, so next actually we have to configure your API. So where you can get your API, so you can just go to that Google Studio right over here, and in here you can just create your API. So go to click on this get API and create API and store somewhere. Okay, so once you're done, now go back to here. Okay, and once you here, there is a way actually the for that window you can use the set command, right? Or just use the environment variable and using this, Google API key, and you can just use your API key. Okay, so as of now I am not using, but you just use this because I already have. So yeah, I'm just skipping this part. Okay, and let me remove that. Okay, and once you're done, now we need to active our environment. Okay, because we just create our environment over here. Now see, there's a Python library, just create everything, and this is that environment. So we need to create an environment. Actually we need to set the environment. So for that, uh, for Windows and for Windows and Mac is a different settings. So for Windows or for Linux, or sorry, for Mac, actually you can use this kind of things like source bin and all, right? But in here, for my Windows operating system, we have to do like this way. Okay, so this is that folder name, then script, and then we have to active our environment, Python environment. So now see, once I did that, so now our environment got created. Okay, so once your environment got created, now now we have to create our agent over here. So how we can create an agent? It's simple. Once you install ADK, so now we can have that ADK and then create, and whatever agent. So my agent would be Google search agent, right? So I think you can refer agent as well, not a big issue, but yeah, you can just keep it, and once you hit enter, now it will try to create your agent. Okay, now see, it is just asking to you like what model you want to refer over here. So if you want to use this Gemini 2, you can use it, or if you want to other model, like whatever latest model like Gemini 3 model, so you can just refer also there. So you can just use them too for other models, but if you want to this, so you can use it. But there is a no big changes, like if you use one also, so later on also you can just change the model and all, right? So yeah, I'll just use the 2 because I want to use Gemini 3, which is newly launch. So then create that, and once you're done, now see, it just create your agent, right? So this agent got created over here as a sample agent. So for here, I can just open on a BS code. So go to that BS code and see how look like our application. So go to here and see, let me little bigger over here and close this and also close this. Okay, so now over here, see, this is that Google agent you just got created, and in this Google agent, if you expand, so if you expand over here and agent API, now see, this is just sample agent, like how look like actually we can create an agent and use that agent. So this is what, but what I'll do, I'll just replace this to my uh, Google search agent, right? So for that, actually what you need to do, go back to here. So go to this document, actually Google GitHub name ADK SDK document, right? And in here you can scroll down, this is a Google search. Okay, so in this Google search, they actually just provide the Google search agent as a code over here. See, this is that complete code over here, right? So what I need to do, I can simply copy this because I don't want to write everything over here. I'm a little bit lazy. So yeah, just simply paste it over here, and once you paste it, we have to modify a little bit over here. Okay, so first modification, actually so on here, actually whatever model if you refer, so you can just refer it, right? It is up to you, because you just create a API key, and based on this you can just refer it. So whatever you have, you can use it. So as of now, I'll just use this, right? Because this is as of now, I can see I can use it free. And then it is a description, so whatever description, you can just put it over here. So you can just put it like what I'll just put over here, like it just simply a helpful assistant that can search Google, right? And also instruction, whatever instruction you want, so you can just refer it over here. So I'll just keep, I just modify actually this instruction, because based on this actually our agent will work. Okay, so let me just keep that, modify this instruction, like you are helpful the assistant and all, and also you are just keeping that information from this Google search and all, right? And this is this tool, you can just refer over here, right? And this is this call agent function which will call over here, and this is the step session, like they manage the session, nothing else important. And also we need to modify over here little bit, like as of now actually we need to import here we need to import, yeah, async IO, right? Because we need to modify this things, we don't need to avoid. So just simply replace this to if the main file, okay, then you call this async IO and then call your agent. That's it. Okay, so these are modification you need to do for your Google search agent, and save it. And once you save it, now go back to your here, right? And in here you can just run this agent. How we can run? So again use that SDK, right? And BAB, and just use the port and whatever port you want. So you can just, I am just using 800, so just hit enter, and now see your application got running on this here. So you can just simply refer to localhost to 800. So open any browser over here and then localhost 800 and hit enter. So once you hit enter, now see you can get this UI, which is agenting development kit UI, and in here this is that agent actually which we have created. Okay, and there is also option we can do multiple, but yeah, let me try it how actually working. So give me, or just like test, like, okay, how to create Google SDK agent, right? So let me see how they are giving. Okay, so now see it is asking to missing your API key. Okay, so there is a two way. Ideally you can, actually I have not set this environment key, but if you not set, so what you can do, simply go to your project and in here environment variable you can just set over here as well. Okay, so let me set my key. So simply you can just use this key, this Google API key, and get key from that Google Studio and just replace it over here. Okay, that's it. So once you set your Google API key, right, and then go back to here and just close that application again and run it again. Okay, so once you run it again, now go back here and just delete that old session. Okay, create a new session and also just refresh. See, yeah, it's working fine. Then asking, okay, how to set up Google SDK agent on Windows. Okay, so now see it is trying to search, and let's wait. Okay, now I am getting this nice response from Google. See, like this proper setting over here, like what need to do, and then configuration SDK and that Python, right, which we have done, right? And also see the multiple agent also we can create it over here, and then this is a final answer, right? So not only this, if you want to multiple agent, once you create one agent, after that this ADK actually allow to this user interface, allow to you can create your own agent without writing any code and all, right? So that's simple. Like click on this create button, and in here if I want to editor, right? So let me just editor and then create that. Okay, so in this editor, see it just create over here, and just use whatever model. If you want whatever model, you can just use it. And then also instruction, so this is important. So whatever instruction you can just provide it over here, and also it helps to over here, like you know like it will help also like assistant to create an instruction also. Okay, let me ask, okay, give me agent. Okay, so I've just simply try to this create an instruction of that my agent to editor responsibility. So hit enter. Okay, now see I'm getting this a response over here from this assistant, and in here actually there journal editor agent instruction. So here you are that mention here the is full and all, and then core responsibility of these and these and all, right? So you can just simply use those things, and then just copy this and just use over here as an instruction. Okay, so now cool, and just save it. Okay, so now our editor agent got created uh, without writing any code and all. And now we can ask like over here, okay, give me a story about uh, .NET 10, something like that. So let's see how this agent actually working. Okay, finally see I'm getting this response from there, this clean response, right? Because this is the editor agent. So this is just clean response we are getting from them, and just whatever about that story about .NET 10. So see, they are getting the data and properly keep it that response. So like this way, actually, you can just create your own agent using the Google SDK. And yeah, that pretty much good for here. And yeah, thank you. Have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.